How you doing, everyone? My name's Brian Harvey, ex-lead singer from E17, and today I really need to make a video because I've had enough of being victimised here now, right? Right, firstly, to the government, right, and to Ian Puddick, right? Don't think I don't know what you're up to, right? Everyone knows what you're doing to me, right? You're suppressing my information, right? You want to put me in prison so that I can get fans swinging, right? I've been a prisoner in my own home now, right, for about 5 years, 4 to 5 years, and it's because of Ian Puddick and Bill Maloney. And also, there's another man out there, right, who's doing the rounds looking like a hero, and his name's John Wedger. Now, John, you was the copper that picked me up and took me down to meet Bill Maloney the very first time, right? Let's not forget that. You took me down to meet Bill Maloney. You picked me up from my house, took me down to Parliament. I got out the back of your motor, and I got into the back of another motor where I met Bill Maloney for the first time. Now, I meet Bill Maloney because I offered to help him with filming because I've got cameras and all the rest of it, right? Right, it's about time we have this shit right, because I've had enough of this, yeah? Right, so Bill Maloney, your funder was a guy called Ian Puddick. Ian Puddick bought me a Ninja recorder to go and film an alleged Operation Fernbridge witness, right? Let's have this right, yeah? And also, James Fielding at the Express, which is where that story went in the paper on the front page. 2014, January, right? We're down there on the 10th, yeah? And on the 12th, it comes out on the Sunday, right? So we had 2 days filming down now. Now, this guy who I filmed was made to lie. Why? Because it was to discredit me and himself, right? So he's been told to mix the truth with lies. So at the end of it, you can say, oh, the whole thing's bullshit. You've all been reading off the same hymn sheet, right? From David Icke to Richie Allen to Ian Puddick to anyone in the mainstream press that I've gone to see about this, right? You've all said the same thing. Exaro News, all of you. You have all said, right, oh, this guy seems very susceptible to manipulation. That's right. That's because you lot are making him susceptible to manipulation, right? Let's have it right now, okay? Okay, right. So Bill Maloney has been missing for 3 to 4 years, right, because of what I put out and what I was saying about him, because of what he was trying to do to me.
Like I said, I want people to know Brian Harvey, the man, right? And why we've come to this. And this situation with John Wedger and Bill Maloney and the comments that Brian made on the earlier video. Like I said, it's going to be in the description. Take it away, Brian. Just take your time and just wherever you're going, brother.
Well, I'll start with this because you brought this up. Now, this goes back to when I was phone hacked and tapped in April 2002. And to cut a long story short, I was found not guilty a year later in the criminal trial. And the judge says here, this week a judge claims singer Brian Harvey didn't have a stain on his character. The News of the World have said, our hate-filled tapes prove him wrong. Now the problem with those tapes, and why you won't ever hear them or they won't ever turn up, is because a lot of the information on those tapes were from private telephone conversations that were being recorded, which we both know is against the law. It's a breach of the RIPA 2000, which is the Regulation of Investigatory Powers Act 2000. So it was in force when they done this to me in 2002. Right. I was found not guilty, and no action was brought against the paper for the actual breach of my privacy, the phone tapping, the false imprisonment, and all the rest of it. Now, the interesting thing, I don't want to get into the phone tapping too much at this point, is that the guy, one of the guys that phone tapped me, the head journalist on the sting operation, which was done on me, is a guy named Robert Kellaway. Robert Kellaway is the journalist that's bylined on the Millie Dowler story. Right. Remember Millie Dowler?
Yeah,
was the 13-year-old girl that was killed by Levi Belfield, and Glenn Mulcair was doing her mobile and deleting messages, which led the parents to think that she was still alive when she wasn't. Right. Now, Robert Kellaway in 2011 in the hacking inquiry, and this is quoted by Peter Dukes from Hacked Off, who live tweeted the whole trial, says Kellaway confirms he knew nothing about hacking, phone hacking, or the accessing of Millie Dowler's voicemails. Well, if that's true, how have I got his police witness statement from the same month that Millie Dowler was hacked when he's recording my telephone conversations and admitting it?
Yeah.
So basically, this is where a lot of this is stemming from. Because my evidence is so strong, I'm being ridiculed, basically. So, and the way to do that with someone is to paint them up with a stigma of mental health problems, say that they're mad, and not ever let them get their side across unedited, and let them speak and explain their story, which is why I'm here today, explaining myself, because this needs to come out. I've been held back for so long and painted up like a nutcase, yet I'm fine to sell 22 million records and earn money out of. The second that that's not happening anymore, I'm useless, I'm a piece of rubbish, I'm no good, no one listens to him.
Sorry, do me a favour. Can you just sorry, I'm having trouble here.
Yep.
Are you? My life's in danger, is what you're saying?
Basically, yeah. Well,
so what he's saying is, so far in the letter, he's got to the point where he said.
No, can you start the letter again, please?
Yeah. So do you want him to move a little bit?
No, I
closer?
don't want you coming close to me, mate. I told you I'm in fear for my life from you people. So.
Okay. I stress that I will not, under any circumstances, disclose to you the identity of the source of this information, and whilst I cannot comment on the reliability of the or otherwise of the source or the content of this information, I have no reason to disbelieve the account as provided. Okay, I am not in receipt of any other information in relation to this matter, nor do I have any direct involvement in the case whatsoever. Okay, so essentially some information's come in, we don't know the reliability of it, but it's our duty bound to come and tell you. Okay,
right.
And so that's essentially what we're here to do.
Right. So
okay?
who's made the threat?
That's what we don't know.
We can't tell you. We don't know. We can't tell you.
We personally don't know.
So we're completely separate to the information. We're completely separate to the case. But the police have a duty of care to you to come and tell you.
But the police don't care about me, because if they did, they would have. Well, why have they not acted upon the evidence that they've taken off my computers with regards to phone tapping?
We personally don't know anything about that. We're not here. We're completely separate away from that.
So you're telling me my life's in danger, but you don't know who it's from. You can't tell me who's give you this information.
Exactly, Brian. Let me finish. Yeah. So, police are aware that others might be seeking to cause you harm. Although Metropolitan Police will take what steps it can to minimise the risk, the police cannot protect you from this threat on a day-to-day, hour-by-hour basis. I also stress that the passing of some information by me in no way authorises you to take any action which would place you in contravention of the law.
It's either going to go one or two ways. They're either, you either throw it out or we go to Crown. And if we go to Crown, then that will allow me to bring all of the backstory into it that leads up to all of this stuff with Puddy. As Harvey said, this ain't about malicious communication, this is about phone tapping. And it's about child abuse, don't forget that. Yeah, and the interview that I was made to do in order to discredit me and discredit Andrew Ash, don't forget that. Yeah. That is what's behind it. And also the abuse from the ex-manager on a band member. Don't believe it. Listen, like I said, I've got nothing to lie about, you know what I mean? I've shown you all the evidence. It's there in black and white. Puddy's going to have to explain himself, where he's been putting the boot into me for 5 years. Why have the police not logged any of it? Why does it only work in his favour and not mine? Since 2015 I've been reporting this guy. Downing Street, Special Branch, Operation U-Tree I've even told, Operation Fairbank, Wiltshire Police. What's that? Who's that? Oh yeah, look, all of them, but Special Branch. Right, all of these computers that they seized. Right, they seized the computers, right, 22nd of November 2017. I've now got the computers back, although they're not at my house, because I don't even want to switch them things on anymore. All of that evidence, the public evidence, the phone tapping evidence, the child abuse evidence, has all been on the computers, been on the drives all that time. The police have told me that they haven't examined the computers. The phone hacking evidence has come back in a silk bag. Do I believe they've not looked at it? Of course they've looked at it. Right, but they don't want to deal. They don't want to deal with the evidence that's on the computers and what's in that ring binder. They don't want to deal with it. But if we go to Crown Court, we're going to have to deal with it
because Puddick is a part of that. He was a part of rubbishing me. That is where he comes into it. That is where he comes into it.